Okay friends, today we are going to discuss what is constructor and what is constructor overloading. Okay, so let's get started. Let's say you have a ball class. Okay, now you cannot use the ball class without making objects. So now we want to create a first object. Let's say that's a red ball and it has a number. So the color is red and number is 5. Now you want to create another object which has a green color and number 7. Then you want to create a purple object which has a number 9 and a color purple. Okay, so this 1, 2 and 3, you have 3 objects. Okay, and we will first create these objects. That is the very first requirement. We want to create that objects. Now every object has its data. For example, this first object has its color red and number 5. It is stored in that object. Second object will store its number as a 7 and a color green, and third ball has a blue color and 9. So these objects will say, okay, so please remember you have a class first which is a ball. We are going to create this class and we'll create objects of this class. So whenever you want to create an object, you will need a constructor. Very important, constructor. Okay, now you can create constructor of your own, right? Or Java can give you one also, right? So if there is a constructor which you are making, then we call it a user defined constructor. Okay, and if there is an automatic, you are not making it but it is automatic there, then we call it a default constructor. Okay, so let's understand this program with our example. So here I'm going to create 2 classes. For example, I'm creating a ball class. We'll create a ball details here, and we'll create our constructors. Now here you get an option also, constructor from superclasses. We'll not click that. So that's a ball class we are creating here. Now we can understand here is a ball class, and I'll create another class by right clicking on package. This is my application class. Let's call it a game application class. Okay, now in this class we'll create a main method. So we'll click here. Okay, so you can understand there are 2 classes. One is application, so we are going to create our objects here. So here we'll create ball objects. Good, and we have a ball class here. So here we are going to create all the details which are in ball class. So let's create the constructors first. Let's make a default constructor. Okay, now even before that, let's understand a ball has what? It has a number. Let's call it int number, and it has a color. Now color is a text, right? So we'll call it a string color. Color. So these 2 things are stored in every ball object. Okay, we'll give the values from here. Let's call a default constructor. Every constructor should be public, so we are just making it public. The name of constructor should be same as your class, so it's a ball. So we'll write a ball class, and you can put parentheses here, and this is my ball constructor. So remember, it has this parentheses, and default constructor will not contain anything, so it is empty, right? It's an empty constructor. And what you can do by default, what we'll write, number. For example, number is equal to 0. This is a default number, and the color is equal to, let's say, black. These are the default values of this constructor. Okay, now let's create a method called, now method have a return type. Constructor does not have a return type. Very important, constructor do not have return type, and they have same, so name same as a class and no return type. Okay, now let's create a method. Let's call it display method. Okay, it has return type as void. Display ball. Now what it's going to print, it's going to display what is ball color. Ball color is stored in color. Okay, ball color is color, and we create number also, and ball number is number. Okay, so these two are being printed from here. These two variables we are printing. Now let's try to run this program in now. So we have a ball class, we have two variables. Okay, let's make them private because they are variables, and variables are private. It's a good thing to keep them private. This constructor is public, this method should also be public, so we are making it public. Okay, so and now we have a ball constructor and display method. Let's go to application class. In main, of course, we are going to create ball object. So you can create a ball object, ball b is equal to new ball. Now very important, this line is going to call constructor, so the program will come here, okay, and it will create an object first. Whenever you use a new keyword, it will create object. So it will create one ball in the memory. That ball has a number and that ball has a color. And what are the values given? It will come from here. So number is given value 0 and color is given value as a black. So let's run it. So this ball object is created. Now once b is created, the b is the ball object, so now onwards in future we'll use a variable b or a reference b. Okay, we'll use this b, and now so b dot, now let's call display ball. Okay, let's run this program and see what is the output. Here you can see the ball color is black and the ball number is 0. Now what if I want to create a different color ball with a different number? That you cannot change from here. Every time you create a ball with this line, for example, if I call another constructor with ball b2, okay, and you can check if I display b2 dot display ball, it's going to again show me the same thing, right? Black 0, black 0. What if I want to create a red ball? Okay, so I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to do finally this thing. I want to write here red, comma, I want to pass a number 4, for example. Okay, I want to create this ball, right? I want to use this. So right now it is giving error. Right now it is giving errors because there is no constructor like this. So we have to create this constructor. We'll create it. Now first thing that we are using here is string, and this is number. String and integer, these two are coming in sequence. Okay, so we can go here and I can copy it, and I can call a parameter constructor here, paste it. Now we want to pass first as a string. Now this will be a color C, comma, integer n. Okay, these things are going to come from main, right? So the color from here, this red will come to C, okay, and 4 will come to n. So now we want this red color to go into this. Okay, so we'll write number is equal to n, and color will pass C. Okay, so done. This is your constructor. Okay, now it has a constructor name ball. Of course, this also has a name ball. Now the arguments are different. That's a rule. The arguments must be different. Here it's a 0 argument, here there are 2 arguments. Okay, so this is known as the constructor overloading. The names are same, the arguments are different. Now if you run this, okay, now if you call this constructor, of course this C and color will change, number and color will change. Now you can run here, Now you see there is no error, it's running. Now b2 will be a different object, b is a different object. Okay, now in b, this is a default constructor, so it's going to store a color 0 and black, a color black and number 0. Here it is going to store a color as red and number as a 4. Let's run this. You can check it's red and 4. Okay, now what do you have? I want to do this. I want to send 4 and I want to do red. Of course it will give error because first is a number and second is a color. So to do this, what I can do, I can simply copy this and I can paste. First I'll pass integer and then I'll pass a string C. So now it should work, right? So this will also work. Okay, what if I want to pass only, now let's run this, it will work. Okay, it's running again, so not an issue. Okay, what if I want to do this? I want to pass only color. Okay, it should also work. Let's say if you want to do this, then of course again you can copy it, you can paste it, you can delete this integer. Okay, now you should give something here. For example, by default if you give a color only, the number should be 5, for example. Okay, so now if you pass only a color, this will work. So color will be red but number will be given 5. So let's run it and check. Okay friends, very good. So I hope you understand from this. Thank you for your attention. Please like my videos and subscribe to the channel.